Picture this, the heart of a bustling city. Suddenly the lights flicker and die. Darkness descends. People scramble, confused, then afraid. This isn't some Hollywood disaster flick, this is the reality of a grid-down scenario. In an instant, everything you rely on, electricity, running water, communication, could be gone. When the grid collapses, society follows. Are you ready to face a world where the rule of law vanishes and survival becomes a fight for your life? This isn't about scaring you, it's about preparing you. I'm Justin McNeil, and in this series we're diving deep into the brutal realities of surviving a total grid collapse. We'll equip you with the knowledge and skills to protect yourself, your loved ones, and your future. This is your ultimate guide to surviving the unthinkable. When the power grid fails, it's not just the lights that go out, it's a domino effect, a cascade of failures that cripples every aspect of modern life as we know it. Water treatment plants grind to a halt. No pumps, no pressure, no clean water flowing from your tap. Gas stations, useless. Without electricity, those pumps are just fancy statues. And the grocery stores? Forget about it. Those shelves, usually overflowing with food, will be stripped bare in a matter of hours. Panic buying will turn into a free-for-all. Remember, the thin veneer of civilization we take for granted is fragile. It doesn't take much to shatter it completely. Imagine the streets you walk every day, plunged into darkness. The familiar hum of electricity replaced by an eerie silence broken only by the sounds of desperation. This is the harsh reality of a grid-down scenario. But this isn't the time to crumble. This is when your instincts for survival need to kick in. And the first step to survival is understanding the stakes. This isn't a camping trip gone wrong. This is a fundamental shift in the way we live. Those who are prepared, who understand the gravity of the situation, they have a fighting chance. They'll be the ones who adapt, who overcome. Over these next chapters, we'll break down the essential skills you need to not just survive, but thrive in a grid-down world. We'll talk about securing clean water, finding and growing food, defending yourself and your supplies, and so much more. Because knowledge is power, and in a grid-down scenario, knowledge is survival. Stay with me and I'll show you how to navigate this new world step by step. We can go without food for days, maybe even weeks. But water is life. Without it, our bodies shut down within 72 hours. In a grid-down situation, securing a clean, reliable water source is non-negotiable. Your first line of defense is a stockpile. Aim for 1 gallon per person per day for at least 3 weeks. Store it in clean, airtight containers and keep it in a cool, dark place. Bottled water is good, but those gallon jugs are even better. But let's be real, you can't stockpile forever. That's why you need to become your own water provider. Rainwater harvesting is your best bet. Think large barrels, tarps, anything to collect that precious rainfall. Remember, even rainwater needs to be purified. Boiling is effective, but you need fuel for that. Water filters are essential. Invest in a good quality filter that removes bacteria and viruses. Now, finding natural water sources is crucial. Streams, rivers, springs, these are your lifelines. But remember, looks can be deceiving. Always purify any water you find in the wild. Carry water purification tablets with you at all times. They're lightweight, compact, and could save your life. Trust me, you do not want to experience the debilitating effects of dehydration. In a grid-down scenario, water becomes currency. Protect your sources and learn to find new ones. Your life depends on it. Let's face it, when the grid goes down, your stomach doesn't care about the apocalypse. It's going to demand food. And while those canned goods and energy bars in your stockpile are a good start, they won't last forever. You need to think long-term, sustainable. You need to become a provider. Start by learning to identify edible plants in your area. There's food all around us if you know where to look. Gardening may seem like a quaint hobby now, but after a collapse it becomes a vital skill. Even a small patch of land can provide a surprising amount of food. But what about protein? Hunting and trapping might sound daunting, but they're age-old methods of putting food on the table. Learn the basics of snaring, trapping, and if you're comfortable, hunting with a firearm or bow. Remember, hunting isn't just about pulling a trigger. It's about respecting the animal, using every part of it and honoring the life it gave to sustain yours. Learning to fish can provide a consistent source of protein. Pack a fishing kit with different hooks, lines, and even a net. Get creative. Adapt your methods to your environment. In a grid-down world, food isn't something you pick up at the supermarket. It's something you hunt, gather, and grow. It's about resourcefulness, about working with nature, not against it. Chapter 4. Fortress of Resilience. Defending yourself and your supplies. Let's be brutally honest. When society crumbles, the worst in human nature often rises to the surface. Desperation can turn decent people into looters, raiders, threats. And if you're prepared, if you have what others need, you become a target. Defending yourself and your family is no longer a choice, it's a necessity. This doesn't always mean guns blazing, though knowing how to handle a firearm safely and responsibly is crucial. Start by fortifying your home, reinforce doors and windows, create choke points, establish clear lines of sight. Your home should be your sanctuary, your fortress. Learn basic self-defense, Krav Maga, Muay Thai, even basic hand-to-hand combat skills can be the difference between being a victim and walking away. But true strength comes from community. Form bonds with your neighbors, create a network of support. There's strength in numbers, a shared purpose in protecting what's yours. Develop situational awareness, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Avoid unnecessary risks and always have an escape plan. Remember, the goal isn't to become a one-man army. It's about deterrence, about making yourself a hard target and protecting what you've worked so hard to build. Chapter 5. Beyond the static communication in a world gone silent. Imagine this, your phone is dead, the internet is down, and you have no way to contact loved ones or get vital information. In a grid-down scenario, communication transforms from a convenience to a lifeline. Forget about your smartphone. Learn to use ham radios. These bad boys can transmit over long distances, even without cell towers or internet. Get licensed, learn the lingo, and become part of a network of operators. Don't underestimate the power of low-tech. Signal mirrors can be seen for miles, and knowing how to send up distress signals could attract help. Learn semaphore and Morse code. These visual and auditory communication methods might seem outdated, but they can be lifesavers when all other forms of communication fail. Establish predetermined meeting points with family and your network. If you get separated, these designated locations become your rallying points. Remember, communication is about more than just words. It's about staying informed, maintaining contact, and coordinating with your community. In a world gone silent, mastering these skills can be the difference between isolation and connection, between despair and hope. Chapter 6. The body as a fortress, health and medical survival. Picture this, a world without hospitals, without doctors on call, without access to the medicines we take for granted. In a grid-down situation, your health becomes your most valuable asset. First aid isn't just a good idea, it's essential. Learn how to treat wounds, stop bleeding, and deal with infections. A well-stocked first aid kit is useless if you don't know how to use it, but it goes deeper than bandages and antiseptic. Stock up on essential medications, antibiotics, pain relievers, antidiarrheals. These are your frontline defenses against illness. Learn to identify and treat common ailments. Knowledge of herbal remedies and natural healing methods can be invaluable. Mental health is just as crucial as physical health. The stress of a collapse can be overwhelming. Develop coping mechanisms, practice mindfulness, and find ways to maintain a positive mindset. Remember, your body is your ultimate survival tool. Keeping it healthy, strong, and resilient is crucial in a grid-down world. Chapter 7. The unbreakable mind, mental resilience in chaos. Survival isn't just about physical strength. It's about mental fortitude, about facing fear and uncertainty with unwavering resolve. In the chaotic aftermath of a grid collapse, your mindset can be your greatest weapon. The world as you knew it is gone. Accept it. Don't dwell on what you've lost. Focus on what you can control. Embrace adaptability, resourcefulness, and a relentless will to survive. Fear is a natural response, but don't let it paralyze you. Acknowledge it, process it, and channel it into action. Fear can be a powerful motivator, pushing you to learn, to prepare, to overcome. Maintain a sense of purpose. Having something to fight for, your family, your community, a belief in a better future will fuel your spirit and keep you going when times get tough. Find moments of joy in the chaos. A sunrise, a shared meal, a moment of laughter. These small victories can make a world of difference. Remember, you are more resilient than you think. You have the strength within you to endure, to adapt, to rebuild. This is your chance to test your limits, to discover the depths of your courage and determination. Are you ready to thrive? We've covered a lot of ground, from securing vital resources to mastering essential survival skills. But remember, surviving a grid collapse isn't about luck. It's about preparation, awareness, and determination. Start today, because when the lights go out, you'll want to shine brighter than ever. This is a call to action. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Equip yourself with the knowledge, skills, and mindset to face any challenge. Your survival, and the survival of those you love, depends on it. Like, share, and subscribe for more life-saving survival tips. Have questions or tips of your own? Drop them in the comments. Let's build a community of prepared individuals, ready to face whatever the future holds.